Like if a bartender goes out of her way to offer you a round of shots or a free drink, I would say she's probably flirting with you.
What's the weirdest thing someone has ever written on a receipt?
Oh, that's crazy.
Hey everyone, it's your host Richie Burke. Welcome back to Milwaukee Uncut, Bartenders Uncut edition. We've got a great entertaining episode for you today. It is presented by Central Standard Distillery. See, we got a nice display right here. And our friends at Nicolay Law. You can see Russell's beautiful face up there. We really appreciate the support from Central Standard and Nicolay Law. Some of the things we go over on today's episode with Cam, Devin, and Gracie. We go over how a bartender actually expresses interest in customers, so you can look out for those signals. We learn where their favorite bars in Milwaukee are, where the best bars are to meet women. I think that question was from our friend Ben Anderson. We also have a FaceTime call-in with Daniel Slade at the Cowboy of Milwaukee. That was highly entertaining. We also find out how much bartenders make on Water Street and 3rd Street, what your drink says about you. We've got some fun segments. So thanks for tuning in. If you want to support the show, please just hit the subscribe button below, engage with our content. We really appreciate that. And we've got some more great Milwaukee episodes and content coming up on this channel. Thanks again for tuning in. Thank you three for joining today.
Oh, of course.
For the highly anticipated
Very
episode
excited.
of Bartenders Uncut. So I'd love to just go around quick and hear how you got to Milwaukee and how you ended up bartending. Devin, we can kick it off with you.
Oh, okay. Well, so actually my sister was living in Milwaukee. She just accepted her first teaching job. And I was like looking for schools, and I ended up getting a track scholarship at UW Milwaukee. So that's how I ended up here. But I didn't start bartending until I decided I wanted to actually live in Milwaukee full time, like throughout the summers, and ran across the Harp, and I went in and turned in my application, and here I am still working there 4 years later. But yeah, that's how I got into it.
Great establishment in the
Yes,
city.
of course.
4 years is
Cam?
impressive. So I went to Illinois State for a little bit, and then COVID happened, and I left Illinois State, and then was kind of ping-ponging between 3 different colleges, UWM, Columbia in Chicago, and then Nova Southeastern in Fort Lauderdale. And then one of my really good friends at the time lived in Milwaukee, and he went to UWM, and I was like, I know a bunch of people up there, let's just go there. And then another one of my friends was the bartender at the Tiki Bar. Shout out Tiki Bar. And she introduced me to it, and then I applied, got the job, and then 2 weeks after that, I got hired at RWB, and then was there for a year and a half, a little bit more than a year and a half, and then went to Wicked Hop just this past 2 weeks.
How would you describe your year and a half at RWB?
In one word. A treat. To be sweet.
Place is just a combination of absolute chaos and maybe heaven on earth at times for younger people.
I mean, you
much
can really...
younger than me, but I
anything-
mean, RWB, yeah, you can.
Yeah, anything you search for, you can definitely find there in some shape or form. So I'm not here to make a definition of what that is, but you can always see for yourself when you enter that place.
I was once there after Marquette game, probably about 5-6 years ago with Bree, and so I would have been almost 30 at the time, and we invited Chris Stegman, who was president of the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, who was 50 and recently divorced, and
RWB is the best
50-year-old
place.
bald guy who rolled into RWB.
You probably
and
love that.
Chris Stegman.
Hey, if you want to go somewhere to dance, there it is.
He acted like he wasn't happy, but I know he loved going
Deep
there.
down, he
Loved
was
it. He
loving
loved
it.
it.
And then
RWB
he proceeded to get denied entrance to Joe Cats at one time.
Hey, man.
Then he was so elusive. He's an two-time Ironman. He just ran right around him and got into Joe
Wow.
Cats. So shout out to Chris Stegman. He's currently
Way to
in
go.
Salt Lake City running the Salt Lake Tribune.
Good
shout
for
out,
him.
Shout out
Yeah.
to Stegman. Gracie, how did you end up here?
I don't really know. I started bartending because I got my dog and I needed to afford her because it's not just when you buy them. And so I applied to every single bar on Water Street. I emailed them saying that my name was Grace and I love to talk. And then I got an interview at Red Rock and a couple other places. And I went there and I got the job. And then I've been there for a little over 2 years now. So
Nice. Yeah, dogs aren't cheap.
No, still not. I don't know how much it's helping, but she's
why I
got a
try
fine
and,
life.
That's why I try and throw Oakley in the
Yep.
podcast,
Yep.
which he's really excited about right now. And in some of our ads,
She
I
looks
try
really
and get a little bit of ROI off
Yeah,
the
let's
guy
just-
with all the money we
Let's
spend
just
on
take a
him.
little
But
picture of
Like, she's comfortable.
it's a
here.
he.
The camera. I don't know if you'll be able to
face.
see, but she is dead asleep, out cold.
It's a male dog, Oakley.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
He is passed out. He's out
He is.
cold.
We got to get him up on the couch when we call Daniel Slade,
Yeah.
potentially owner of Great Clips Tiki Bar. I think I wasn't excited about we have these new Central Standard, they're kind of mini shot bottles.
They're
in
not
here.
mini shot bottles. They
bit
are
bigger.
very
They're
They're
double,
big.
they're double mini shots.
They're not shooters.
I think there's
lied
about
to.
4 shots in each of those.
They're cute though.
They
got
are
a-
cute.
They got a nice label on them.
Yeah.
You guys will get to leave with some. They're at the studio. We can't legally sell them, but I think if Daniel Slade answers, then we might actually need to take the shot in celebration.
Oh,
Maybe.
yeah.
That
I
could
think
be.
we would need 4 little glasses though, because
We got glasses over there. We can
perfect.
Oh, we
we
can make
can
it
have from Michigan. What's
Alex.
Alex can pour some up
Alex
for
from
us.
Michigan. That's what she's here for.
Bartender.
Alex from Michigan is in the studio. Shout out to Alex from Michigan.
Yeah, that's my best friend.
From Michigan.
All right. What's the weirdest thing someone has ever written on a receipt?
Thanks for the show.
Oh.
That would be mine.
We're at Red Rock.
That's crazy.
What time of day was this?
It was at, I don't know. Well, I typed the
deep in the
receipt
night?
in at probably 2:30.
Oh, okay. So it was a close.
But it was
close out the bar.
probably, yeah, it was probably like a night shift. Yeah.
Group of guys.
I think it was an old fella. Probably like.
Not Daniel Slade, was it?
No, it wasn't. It
Okay,
wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Thank
I
God.
saved that one. It's in my room, just, you know.
Well,
I
do you
don't-
think it was Chris Stegman, former
think
president of
so.
the Journal Sentinel?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right.
I hope not.
I just wanted to clarify.
I don't know if I have anything that's like standing out, but a lot of like phone numbers or like you're cute, add me on Snap with no tips attached to it. And like now I wouldn't be looking for that, but if you're trying to pick up a girl bartender by leaving your Snapchat or your phone number with no tip, you will not be getting an ad and you will not be getting a text. I can absolutely guarantee that. That's probably the one thing that comes to mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and like it's usually like a number and it doesn't have a name. So like,
Yeah.
yeah, like, or like, yeah, like, and a lot of people like at Red Rock, like I share a drawer with someone and say I'm sharing it with my friend and like they're writing it down for her and she like doesn't know who you are. Like there's no name. Like,
Yeah,
how would-
especially at
So is that not a good tactic for someone to write their name and number on a receipt?
no.
I
If you
feel
want, if you
no.
want to talk to a bartender and you want their number, just talk to them. Because especially I know at Red Rock and at least RWB, we don't have like Toast like the not Wicked Hop, the Harp and Trinity have. We have actual receipts. So at the end of the night, we're typing in anywhere from 50 to 400 receipts. We are not looking what people are writing on it. Like we're just typing it in, moving on, typing it in, moving it on. So
I think the biggest thing too, if you ask for their number and they say like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I like don't give out my number. Don't ask again," or
Yeah.
like,
yes.
"Oh, I have a boyfriend," even if you know they don't. Like,
Yeah.
we said it
Just
for a
let it-
reason.
yeah.
Like,
Right.
keep it moving.
Yeah.
That's something I don't think I didn't even know of that. If you write your receipt or name on a receipt, it may just get lost.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
And like we don't take
So
them
you
home.
straight-
and
too.
straight
if
up
I'm
ask?
sharing, if I'm sharing a drawer with someone, and like it's for her, and I'm typing it in, like she's like the chances of you seeing it is probably not gonna happen.
Yeah, and we talk to so many people throughout like the span of a night. We don't know who's who. We don't remember. If someone told us they wrote their name on a receipt or their number on a receipt, cool. I'm
I
not
think
gonna
you
remember.
have more of a chance getting someone's number out than you do if they're working. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, like just think like if you're at your job and some random person comes up, you're probably not gonna.
But yeah, it's
I've only done
pretty
it
common
once.
to get someone's number when you're out.
Yeah,
but
so maybe if
someone
you see your
who's
bartender
working,
out.
Yeah, I mean,
Rarely.
I've only given my number out once, and it paid off. So
and you're still together, right?
we are still, yeah,
Was it at RWB too?
yeah, the good old
So
RW,
you can find love on Water Street,
3rd Street.
3rd Street.
Yeah, we did meet there. I was
Close.
bartending, so yeah, and it's almost a year and a half. So
Find love. Good job. Or on the Red Rock dating show.
or that.
You want to plug that? Seems
Yep.
pretty cool.
Coming in September, come out again. It was in February.
It was so fun.
You'll find
Grace
your match,
did a-
I promise.
Grace did a great job
What
setting
was
it
this
up.
event? Do you want to explain it?
I mean, yeah. So
Is it
we
like
went.
The Bachelor for
It was.
Red Rock?
So
It was like-
any like YouTube videos that you see of like our friends speed dating people, and like there's the curtain, and there's the person on the one side, and like the 10 people on the other. It basically was that. So you had either a bachelor or a bachelorette asking questions, and then the guys would answer. And some people were answering real crazy. I was like, there's no way that just came
it's like
out of your mouth.
Yeah, it's on the stage, and then there's like seating to watch it. So it was super fun. It was
There
funny.
were so
Definitely
many people.
entertaining.
So many people. It was.
Yep.
I've never laughed harder at a bar in my life.
And you get a lot of free shots.
yes,
So
yes, it was
it's
really
worth
fun.
it.
All right, let's move on to what your drink says about you.
Which one? do
New
you wanna
segment
pick?
on the podcast. Go with vodka soda lime.
I don't want to be too mean. My friends are the number one consumers
Yes,
of
they are.
this.
Yes.
I feel
I
like
almost
vodka
hate
soda
those
lime
people-
is a classy
Yeah.
drink, like a vodka soda.
I feel like a lot of
Yeah.
time it's girls just kind of like choosing to like drink that drink and like force it down just because they know it's like they're not
It's-
having the added sugars or all that
Yeah.
stuff, like the calories are being more like.
it tastes better as a press. So
Yeah.
I would say vodka.
Vodka
press
or you
soda
put the
lime
little
is
Mio
gross.
in there,
Yep.
then it's like, okay. I feel like I can't
I
deal with
agree.
A
that.
vodka press, that's a popular drink.
Or a berry water lime. That's an easy one.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
It's berry vodka, water, and lime juice.
You
good.
get a little bit more flavor.
It's
doesn't-
way better than a vodka
and it
soda, in
doesn't
my
taste like
opinion.
rubbing alcohol with a little splash of lime.
Yeah.
And what about people who order vodka Red Bull?
Do drugs.
What if you're old and you need to stay awake?
Just drink a Red Bull. You don't need mixing. To me, mixing alcohol and caffeine is terrifying because that's just like poison. So at that point, might as well just don't do drugs, please.
I will say like
But-
one vodka Red Bull, like it's like that's fine. Like
Right.
you need like a vodka Red Bull, whatever. But it's like a little concerning when it's like their fourth time up and it's their fourth vodka Red
It's
Bull.
still
and I'm
vodka
like,
Red
how,
Bull.
Yeah, how are
Are
you
you
doing
mentally tracking that?
that? Sometimes
Yes.
I
Yeah,
do.
you get a
when
little
it-
because you can tell.
because not many people order them, but it's like the same groups full, and usually like it was like probably 2 weekends ago. It was 2 guys that kept coming up, and I want to say it was like probably 4 times. So 8 vodka Red Bulls. They're one really expensive,
And they're expensive.
and 2 that's just like a lot of Red Bull.
a
We
lot
give
of
them
Red
the whole
Bull.
can, so
It's
it's 4 cans of Red Bull from 9 to 10:30.
and especially like because I had some people who just get one and they'd get like a single vodka Red Bull, which that's okay. That's not on a drug level.
What does a tap beer say about someone when they order a tap beer at a party bar?
I just think it's so weird when you order a tap beer like past 11 p.m. because that's when like the dance floor is crowded, the bar is crowded, and you're trying to like get through the crowd with your like full tap beer. It's like, can you just get the bottle? They're like,
Yeah,
no, I
bottle's
prefer
easier.
tap. I'm just like, is there that big of a difference? And maybe it's just because I'm not a beer drinker, but
You lose half of it walking back to your friends.
exactly.
I love tap beer.
He's like, that's me.
He's like,
that-
that
see,
would be
okay,
at
he's like,
11 p.m.
All right, I'll do that next
I
time.
am like all these so far. I need a vodka Red Bull to stay awake if I'm out.
He's like taking
I
notes.
love
Like,
tap
damn it.
beer. I love vodka soda.
See, okay,
I'm
well,
just-
a tap beer at a place like Wicked Hop is great because
Yeah.
we have like the
Yeah.
nice glasses, we have all like the fancier tap beers. But at a place like the Harp,
Granted, I'm out at Harp or Red Rock like maybe 4 times a year past 11:30.
Come on, make it like 6.
make it at least one
my
more.
trend's been going downwards over
We
the
need to
years,
get it back
but maybe. What about a cherry bomb? Shout out to Brandon Chalker, former UWM phenom, and the current founder of the Esports Alliance Milwaukee.
You know so many people. I love a good cherry bomb, to be honest. I do
Shout out to Brando.
I do like cherry McGillicuddy's, but I do the yellow Red Bull, the tropical Red Bull. It's so much better. But I was converted maybe a few months ago to a root beer bomb, which is root beer McGillicuddy's and Coke. But at Wicked Hop, we do root beer float bombs. So it's root beer McGillicuddy's and rum chata. It is so any kind of like bomb I love. I'm a bomb girl. I love them. I kind of want one right now.
I would rather have a shot of tequila, probably.
Yeah.
I would say like a cherry bomb for me would be like if I need a little bit of Red Bull, so I'm not ordering a vodka Red Bull because I wouldn't do that. I'm not crazy. But I think like at Red Rock we use McGillicuddy's. At Harp you guys use vodka, correct?
Yeah.
So it's like it kind of depends. Like that at Harp it would be a stronger bomb, but I feel like for me like they don't do that much. But they're fun, easy shot when you don't want to like take something that's gonna get you super fucked up. So
Yeah.
I feel like when you're out for bomb night though, you like
yep.
everyone's gonna have a bomb, but
Yeah.
Question: how many shots does a bomb have in it? Is it a full shot?
Not
Is
even.
It,
Well, it
is it
depends.
half a shot?
So McGillicuddy's is not like a foolproof liquor.
Right.
So
it's like a
it's
shot,
like a
but it's
15%.
half, which is half essentially.
Yeah. So I
Not
mean,
even.
bomb night they do.
It's-
Not even. Is it a full shot or a half shot?
I believe it's half.
Okay.
Yeah, I like to do
It's a
my
little
like
bit
count in
lighter.
my head when people pour because then I know how much
Yeah.
I'm getting.
Yeah. Usually I think
and I
bomb
usually
nights.
take the one with the least if I like it.
Yeah.
Bomb nights I think they do half, but no, like on a normal night a bomb is like it's a full shot worth of alcohol, but if it's like McGillicuddy's, it's not a high like proof of liquor. So
You could do a Dr. Pepper bomb with one of these.
Ooh, that
I
would be
could.
good.
What is it?
Red Cabin bourbon or brandy. We got brandy and we have whiskey.
I could
And
do
we have
I'll
vodka.
do the cherry vodka.
It's really good.
Do we have a mixer or do we want to just take shots? Or should we make a bomb?
Do you have your Dr. Pepper over there?
It's like my spit in it though. I don't want to.
No, he'll pass.
What drinks? What drinks do you have in the little whiteboard room up there?
I think we got bubbler.
Oh yeah. Do you want to grab a bubbly from that fridge up there? I feel bad making her make these bombs.
Oakley, don't leave.
Oh, he wants to see his mom.
He's going.
Bye, Oakley. Should we call Slade while we're waiting for these?
Maybe one while they're poured, because I mean, how good of a combo would that be if we had it in hand and he picked it up?
I could have one
Little
shot. Then I took a look.
Well, there's definitely less than a shot in there because these are like 2 shots, and we only did
Yeah.
one of these and then a little part of another one. Are you gonna call Slade
Me?
or me?
I think you should. I haven't talked to Slade in a real long time.
I think he'd probably answer your.
If he
call
doesn't answer
before
his,
If he
then
mine.
doesn't,
you
yeah,
have
yeah,
to
yeah.
Cody, we're still rolling, right? Yeah. Okay.
This is the most imperative part of this podcast.
I need a straw. Oh, it smells good.
All right,
Yeah,
to everyone watching, we were calling Daniel Slade, aka Cowboy of Milwaukee and owner of the Great Clips Tiki Bar.
Okay, no,
I hope
And
for
all-around good guy.
a legal standpoint, he doesn't actually own the tiki bar. We just like to
He
say
did
he
for a
does.
day or two. I mean, he basically bought out the bar.
Yeah, he spends a
buying
lot
all
of money.
buying all
Yeah.
the drinks at the Tiki Bar.
I want his
But-
face to like pop up.
Yeah.
like a little
Just
sticker.
there's a little sticker that is like dancing back and forth.
I don't even know if I have his number.
Oh,
Do you want his number?
we are
Well,
prank calling
You don't
He's
have
not-
his number?
He's not gonna
Star
answer.
67.
He's not going to answer a random number.
I really don't think I have not talked to that man in
I just
over a
messaged
year.
him on Instagram.
I don't have any contact with him.
Don't worry, I have Daniel Slade's number.
All right, Kim.
Call him up.
I don't think he's gonna answer me.
Oh,
Watch,
he'll be
she's blocked.
flattered.
It goes straight to voice.
He'll be flattered. I literally don't have his number.
You
in
got
here.
it.
Okay, well, how about I give you his number? You call him on the phone, see if
From
he
my 608 area code random number, like that's gonna work. This is.
How about
the
we just
owner-
try? Because I really don't want to. I don't think he's gonna answer me.
Yeah, I do want to FaceTime him. How about from your phone? I'll call him.
Yeah.
Okay, it's good compromise. I don't mind calling him. I just don't think he's gonna answer my 608 number.
If he answers me, I will be shocked.
I can like see that. Hey.
He's gonna be like, "Why the hell is Cameron?"
He
Jones
declined
calling
you.
me?"
He's unavailable.
He declined me. I told you.
Wait.
He's
wait,
going back.
Wait.
Oh.
Oh, how do I do that?
Swipe down. Swipe down.
Oh wait, did he not? I thought he called. Oh wait. Screen record it. We lost him. Daniel Slade. Daniel Slade, you are live on Milwaukee Uncut. And since you picked up the phone, we are going to take a bomb in honor of you over here.
Hi, Slade.
Oh god.
wait, we didn't cheers. We didn't cheers. Hold on.
Cheers to Daniel Slade,
Cheers.
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 Cowboy MKE.
This is really big.
Hang on one sec. We do want to talk to you quick.
It's a couple gulps.
Yeah, it's great.
I just finished
love
that
it.
before the
And
bartender.
I said I wasn't drinking.
Okay, we got Daniel Slade, Dancing Cowboy MKE, or AI Cowboy,
Yeah.
or just how have you been doing lately?
I'm doing great. Doing really good. Good to talk to you, Richie.
Great talking to you. We are curious, is the Great Clips Tiki Bar coming back for 2024 at Bradford Beach? Anything you'd like to say to the city of Milwaukee?
I mean, if the original cast members, those on the couch there, are coming back,
No, we don't know.
We don't think so.
Maybe.
I think it's reached its, you got to shut it down while.
Okay. What if they come back to celebrate, even if they're not bartending?
You could do like a
A reunion.
tour for sure.
Or what about
Brewery tour.
what about moving it to the Harp?
Yeah.
Hey, there is a tiki bar right next to
I
Wicked
mean,
Hot.
I'd prefer Club Brady, but
Are you at work at Baird right now? Are you in your cubicle?
I'm in an open workspace.
He's in an open workspace on Bartenders Uncut. This guy's just
Do they
an animal.
need a marketing
Looking good, by the way, too. So we also heard that you've just been a machine at Potawatomi recently with several big nights. Do you want to comment on
Said
that?
you're working. Let's get.
Yeah, let me put my earphones.
His boss said, "Where were you?"
What were you talking about?
Cody, are we picking any of this up?
We do have a fellow podcaster sitting next to me here, but he's also my boss's boss. So
No, so head honch.
Your boss has a boss?
Head honch.
We thought you were a baller. There's levels above you?
I mean, plenty.
How much are these guys pulling in?
Well, we're doing pretty good. We got our name on the side of the building now after.
Period.
He's drinking an athletic beer right now.
Oh,
At work.
yeah. Guys, Slade knows how to get down with it.
#1 workplace in Milwaukee.
I have
to see
heard
it.
that.
Okay, so do you want to chat about your big winnings at Pato recently?
Yeah, I've been doing all right, and
What is the most you've taken home in one night at Pato?
I don't know if legally he wants to say that.
$22,000.
Daniel Slade, a $22,000 man.
Why can't I have that happen
You
to
could throw
me?
plenty of tiki bar parties for 22 G's.
My loan is $505 a
I'll
month.
just-
If
yeah,
you
I'll
want to
just take
donate.
Do you guys have any questions for the cowboy of Milwaukee over there?
Do you guys need another employee? Or can you bet for me?
I'll give you $5 to put on black. Take it or leave it.
We want to give you our money, basically. We'd like to invest our money with you in a Baird/Potawatomi portfolio.
I've only been there twice.
I think that should be arranged. However, I would direct you to our very talented financial advisors that work
I need myself one of the
at
days.
this great firm.
All right.
Good job.
That's such a
Sir.
business
What a
comment.
guy. He's really
Okay,
good.
so-
I do have to say that I am not speaking on behalf of nor for Baird, and this cannot be used in association with anything related to Baird.
On record.
Good, you gotta clear by compliance. So for all the listeners, how's your love life right now? Are you in the game? Are you out of the game? What do we got
What's
going
the
on?
status?
What's the status?
I got this.
Complicated.
I love how this
Complicated.
turned from a Bartender's Uncut to a
complicated.
Daniel
I mean,
Slade Uncut.
Richie, you're aware of many interesting facets of the love life, but this weekend is the culmination, right? It's Luke Combs weekend.
Slade, you're going to Luke Combs? What
Luke Combs
day?
and Nicki Minaj.
What day are you going to Luke Combs?
Both nights.
Okay, I'm going to be pit on tomorrow.
I'll be there tomorrow in the pit.
Oh, let's
Who
go.
are you going with on both nights?
So tomorrow night I'm taking Summer and Jordan, and then Saturday night I'm taking Summer, Olivia, her boyfriend Tony, who is the GM of Club Brady.
You love your Club Brady.
So at the airing of this episode in a couple weeks, you're either going to be with Summer or back in the game. Win-win situation.
I say
Airing
that's
him
a pretty
out.
good characterization of the situation there, Richie.
All right.
Love to go to Luke Combs.
Daniel.
Yeah, right.
Daniel Slade, any closing comments before we get back to the episode? We really appreciate your time today.
Looking forward to hearing the episode.
coming
Slade,
live from Baird. Coming live from Baird.
Slade, do you have any questions for us bartenders?
Yeah, do you have any questions for the bartenders right now?
I did. I was going to ask, and I apologize I didn't get this to you on time, but how would a bartender express interest in a customer in a way that the customer would understand that's what it meant?
That's a great question.
No, that's really hard.
Slade, you are on fire for an
Hey,
impromptu phone
I
call.
have an answer for that.
People know you're cleaning up that Pato. You have a great job. You've got a hot date this weekend, but if it doesn't work out, you got the whole summer ahead of you, and you're asking intelligent questions. You're coming across well here. Okay. What's to answer his question? How does a bartender show interest in a customer?
Yeah, so I mean, if someone asks for your number, obviously you're either gonna have a response. Most likely it's no, but if they give you kind of like maybe come back in like if somebody says like come back in like 5 minutes, like I'll tell you at the end of the night, you have a higher chance than if they just say no, because then they want to talk to you again. But at least for me, when I picked up my boyfriend from the bar, my now boyfriend, I kept offering to buy him shots throughout the night. So I'd be like, oh, like, do you and your friends want like a round of shots or something? Like if a bartender goes out of her way to offer you a round of shots or a free drink, I would say she's probably flirting with you.
Interesting. Okay. So what's
I like that.
Summer was just calling me. I did take the call from Rich, but
I appreciate Milwaukee Uncut being more important than Summer in this moment.
I feel like I felt guilty though to like giving people my number, even though I didn't want to, because I didn't want it to be awkward. And like,
I've done it. I feel like that is like some people will do that, like give the number just because you want to get it out of the way.
Yeah.
I've been lucky. I've always told people I'd never given out my number, and I try and like really dial that down.
Yes,
like
right?
leave me alone.
Or I'll be like, no, I'm okay. Or like, oh, I have a boyfriend. Then like someone goes, what's his name? Blank. Blinked.
like,
I blinked. I go, John? And they're like, no, you don't have a boyfriend. I'm like, I don't. But this is honestly more embarrassing for you than it is me.
Yeah,
So
you're like, come
please
on
leave
now.
me alone. Bless you.
Thank you.
All right.
I thought you were laughing.
So if you guys are showing interest in a guy, you're going to proactively offer free drinks.
Yeah.
That's a good
That's
sign.
at least that's what I did the one time. So.
I
That
think we
makes-
try to
that
keep
makes
them there
sense.
longer too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried.
guess I
I'll be
don't-
like, oh, like, do you need another drink or do you need something else? Or like
Yeah.
always asking if you need more.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
Have you ever been interested in a guy who's
Not really. No.
maybe that's why.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't think so. Not really. No.
All right. Daniel Slade, we know you're a very in-demand man
Get
over
back
there
to work.
at work.
He's got
We'll let
things
you
to
get
do.
back to work on this Thursday
Turn your
afternoon.
dang phone off.
What's your Instagram handle for all the fans out there?
AI_cowboy_MKE.
Yeah.
Fucking love it. AI Cowboy.
Everyone follow him.
Great talking to you.
Bye, Slade.
Bye, Slade.
Bye.
Can you make sure that recorded?
Oh, it recorded.
What a great surprise.
That was crazy. I'm actually so happy he answered.
Me too. That was a good conversation.
Yeah.
Daniel
good.
Slade,
Good job.
likely eligible bachelor.
I want to know who Summer is. This is like, I feel like I'm like in on their
Summer,
romance.
Yeah, right?
She
Summer.
bartender at
I've never met
Jack's.
her. She bartends at Jack's.
I don't know who she is.
I follow her on Instagram, even though I've never met her. Just keeping tabs
He's a
on
fan.
Slade. I'm a big fan of Summer over there. Hopefully it
Good for
works
them.
out between the two, but if not,
Fingers crossed.
do we want to go over any of these final drinks or move on to other topics?
Like,
I think we hit
Other
the
topics.
drinks.
Yeah, drinks were good.
What about people who order a straight shot of vodka?
Oh, you're scary. Goodbye.
Okay. All right, we'll end on that note. Okay.
She said,
Don't do
okay.
Simple enough.
What is the most eye-opening thing you've ever seen while bartending?
I would say, I feel like mine is like seeing all of like both guys and girls come in, and they'll be with someone new each weekend. Like you'll see them come in, you're like, okay, like I'm trying to figure out the situation. I mean,
Yep.
I'm there every weekend, so
The
I
new TV show.
yes, it's literally
Literally,
I'm
it's a new
watching reality
season.
TV right in front of me. I'm like, oh, like they're talking to them, they're talking to them, and I'm like, they'll come up to me like, oh my gosh, my girlfriend's coming next weekend or my boyfriend's coming next weekend. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yes.
Wait a minute. So it's like, I feel like that's very eye-opening. Like, oh, like I just like the trust in people is a little bit, went a little bit down after that.
Yeah, I've seen people that I know and people that I don't know that I've seen at the bar, like actively cheating on their significant other. And I've tried to take the steps in letting these people know, but some people are just like, okay, whatever.
Well, with that too, like if it's someone you know, do you feel like inclined to like, do I tell them or like, am I supposed to like ruin that? Like,
So I am one that if like, well, I would say if they're a close friend, especially like one of my close girlfriends, if I saw something, I would definitely say something. But it is like that fine line of like, is it your business? Like, not really, but.
I saw something Halloween weekend that I still think about all the time, and I tried to take the steps. It wasn't someone that I like was really, really close with, but other people I was really close with directly knew that person. And it's still like not really, it was like beat around the bush with the whole situation. And I think about it literally every single day. I'm like driving to work or school and I'm like, oh yeah, remember that one thing that happened? Yeah, you should still tell that person, but whatever.
Are they still
It's
together?
sad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I would be so sad if someone told me that. I don't know what I would be like. That sucks. I don't know.
I mean, the person knows, but it was just kind of like
okay.
brushed under the rug. Like it didn't really matter.
yeah, I think a lot of times too, like people don't realize like, okay, they're obviously drunk and they don't realize
It's
that
always
we're
an excuse.
It's there's an excuse and we're mostly like, we're not completely sober. We're mostly sober throughout the night. Like we're aware of what's going on and like when we're not serving, we're observing. So it's like, I am watching what's everyone doing. Because what else am I supposed to do if I'm not serving a drink?
That's like probably one of my favorite parts of the job is like watching all the people and like there's just like you could sit for 2 minutes and you see like 100 different types of people like and like what they do and who they're with and it's like I like make up stories about like who is that guy? Like,
how do you think they met?
How does she know him?
Right.
That was the thing.
I want to talk about money. What is the largest tip you have ever received?
Like individually or like our tip out at the end of the night?
Individually. Let's start there.
One time, so Red Rock's partner bar is McGillicuddy's, and I was thinking about this on my drive here. I can't remember like why I had to go. It was on a Thursday night, and they were really busy at McGillicuddy's. They must have had like I want to say it was like a welcome back or like a send-off, senior send-off, something where like their Thursday was promoted and Red Rock was like the following week. And so they were super busy. So I went there to like help out because like we're owned by the same people. And I was working and there was a guy who tipped me $600 in $100 bills. And it was crazy. Like not at once, but I would notice he would like order for him and his 5 Marquette people he was with or whatever it was. And then underneath the receipt would be $100 bill. I'm like, that's crazy. So I would keep like, okay, I'm gonna like go to him first. Like, whatever you want, sure.
Literally anything you want, I will give it to you
like,
immediately.
Definitely. And then I like just kept saying, I'm like, and then it would be like a 50 and then another 50. And like, I could be wrong, but it was like almost like $600. And I was like, that is crazy. Like, you never see that. But I would say biggest like at once. Usually it's like 100. Not like that. That's very common.
Yeah.
But I would say like when I'm like, oh, that's like a really good tip. I feel like it's around like 100, and it's usually like very rare. But
yeah,
Was he hitting on you at all, or just
no,
took the 600?
no, that's awesome.
What a
like,
great customer!
I'm like, I like this guy. He was like,
How
I don't
old
know.
was
He was probably like mid 40s,
Okay.
early 40s.
That's the thing is like for me,
I think his son or someone was like graduating. I don't know. It was like he was like there with like his son or someone he knew and their friends. So it was awesome.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
And then they were like throwing money in too. I was like,
Hey,
I'll
thank
take
you.
it. For me, I think the highest I ever got was $250, like myself. But it was the same like 2 guys that always came in. They were just like friends with all the bartenders. And for me, the highest tips that I ever got was never anyone flirting with me. It was always just like friends or like people who actually care and like want to help out bartenders because they understand that we make all of our money from tips and we don't like rely on a wage. But then at RWB, the highest tip that anyone ever got was $1,000, and it was a mom. And like all the bartenders had been serving this guy's tab like all night, but they did give her the offer like, you can keep this tip like to yourself. And like she was a single mom, like had a daughter, and we all were like you should keep that. And she decided to split it like evenly between all the bartenders, and she was like an angel for doing that. But that and $1,000 tip, I would fall on the floor and just
At
cry.
RWB.
Like the rest of the day I would just cry.
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Dev, what have you seen?
For love and $1,000.
I'd say like the biggest tip I've gotten like individually was probably around like 200. There was like this couple that was coming in. He would work in Milwaukee and like travel around with his wife, and they would come in like once every like 3 months. So it was like random when I saw them, and we've gotten to know each other since they come in during my shifts. And then they're like, "Oh, you're graduating this May?" Like, yeah, I'm finally graduating, like getting into grad school, everything. And he was like, "Well, here's your graduation present," and like that was like the
Oh, that's
biggest.
so sweet.
Yeah, there's like, but it's never the people like when you said like it's not the people that are hitting on you that are giving
No.
the big tips. It's like your friends, the people that have been there, the regulars.
Yes.
Or like around like Christmas, there was someone who gave me $100 tip. Just
Yeah,
like,
around holidays, like you'll
Yeah.
get no tips, and then you'll get the one person who will tip you like 75 to
Yeah.
like 100.
That's cool.
Or if people are just super hyped up, like the Bucks
Yeah.
tournament and all that stuff.
Yes.
Like that gets people going, and like they're like they don't care.
Yeah.
Just-
What's the most you guys have made in a day?
For me, it was Shamrock Shuffle 2023. I worked from bartending, like the bar was open from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. and I walked out with $986.
That's crazy.
But it
I-
was
That
13
like
hours of
13-hour
bartending.
shift. Yeah, I would say it would have to be like a night.
I'm so sorry.
Is it Daniel Slade?
No, it's my boyfriend.
Okay.
Is it Daniel?
Deny.
Get that out of here.
Not
I
important.
would say kind of the same. I don't know if it was like 900. I can't really. I'm the worst at when it comes to like how much I made in a weekend. Like I have no clue. I really need to like write it down. Like I'll like go to the bank like the next week, but I never like keep track of it. But I would say probably like Shamrock Shuffle is like, and if especially if you work like open to close, that's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say probably around there. I don't know, maybe like 800, 700. I don't know exactly, but
I can ask him what.
it would be like around the same ish.
Yeah, mine was more towards like the Bucks tournament like weekend. Like that was like a huge deal when they like finally won the championships and stuff. But I didn't work a double, thank God. But it was just like I would say like it was super busy. So I was there still like 3 to close, but like not the typical like 11 to close like when we're open. I think it was around like $600 to $700 from that one. But
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing was like at the end of the night, like when they actually won the championship, we had like a regular with like wads of like single dollar bills. He just threw it up like confetti.
Yeah.
And everyone's just like cheering. I'm like over there catching.
You're
I'm
like,
like on my hands
You're
and
like, have a
knees.
tip bucket.
Yeah, I'm on my hands and knees like picking up all the ones. I'm like, I'm not even embarrassed. Like, you guys are
We
here
need
celebrating.
this.
I'm here working.
Yeah.
You want to bring the boyfriend on the podcast?
I can ask him if he has a question.
You can ask him if he has a question.
Let's see.
We already brought Daniel Slade on. Then we'll get
Bring
into
him
some
on.
rapid fire questions.
Henry would not be on.
What's his name?
Jackson.
Jackson.
Yeah.
Like a full Jackson or a Jack?
No one calls him Jack. Hey,
Let me see.
do you have a question for bartenders?
Let's
Bro,
ask him.
come on.
Hey, Jordy.
Okay, never mind. Yeah. Say hi.
What's up, Jackson?
Okay, well, I'm hanging up on you then. Okay, love you. Bye. Well, he's boring, so.
Yeah, unlike Daniel Slade, AI Cowboy MKE. Any ladies listening, look him up. All right. Nah, Jackson, he is boring and taken.
Okay,
Yes.
he's not boring. I was being
He
mean,
actually,
but
he
he is
actually is
taken.
really fun.
He is, yes, he is a very fun
He's
guy.
really fun, not on a podcast, and he is taken.
Yeah,
and he is a hockey player,
don't
and he's an athlete,
Look at
right?
him. Yeah,
Be
look at
careful.
him.
Don't look at him.
Around.
Yes, he's
your
a hockey
eyes.
player. Yeah,
If
he's
I
a
was a
hockey
girl,
player.
I would not mess with Cam
Yeah, we don't
or
do
a guy.
that.
Okay.
I choose not to.
All right. We'll go into some quick questions here. This one's for Devin. Who is the OG Devin at the Harp?
Oh, the OG Devin at the Harp?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
He works for Pat Connaughton now.
Devin Granger.
Devin Granger.
The OG
Good
Devin.
fan of the show,
Oh my
Devin
gosh.
Granger.
I'm thinking, I thought you meant myself. Like, who's the OG Devin? I'm
You're like, who's this guy?
I'm Devin. I mean, like,
Let
I'm
me
right
tell
here.
you.
No, actually, that's funny because Devin Granger, when I first went to the Harp, my first ever drink, we're all wearing masks too. That's the thing. It was after COVID. And I went up to the bar. I'm like, oh, who's this cute bar? I was young. And I was like, who's this cute bartender? And I'm like, he's like, my name's Devin. I'm like, my name's Devin. Like, no way. He's like, yeah. And he works.
Devin was a bartender?
Yeah, he was a
I didn't know he
bartender.
was a bartender. I knew he just was a frequent visitor and may still be, but
He comes once in a while now. But we work together. And so he first started as a bartender. I ordered my drink. I'm like, oh my gosh, he's so cute. And I would always try and talk to him. And then I got hired. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to work with this kid. Like, oh geez. So like I was working with him and it was fine. And we just became like super close friends. And now him and all of his little posse comes in and we all hang out and they're all good people. But
did anything ever happen between Devin and Devin?
Oh no, strictly just friends. I was always just like, it was the first time in Milwaukee.
He's a good looking guy.
He is. It was my first time out in Milwaukee, first time bar, first bartender I saw and I was like, ugh. And it was at the Harp at Tiki in the summer. It was like,
just fell in love.
Oh yeah,
I
it was
think
perfect.
He's got some game too. I've seen him in action at the Harp before.
We actually play kickball
I was there
together
with my
too.
girlfriend.
Like,
He was roaming around.
We have like a Harp kickball team, and it's me, Dev, and like Kelly Kramer, and all of us. We play like kickball in the fall on the Harp team. But yeah, no, just
Devin
just
Granger, 3-leaf partners, all around good guy.
Yeah.
This is a good one. I know some guys who fall into this camp. Is it annoying if a guy is pursuing you and keeps showing up while you're on shift?
Yes.
Yeah,
100%. I don't know why you would do that.
What if you like just started dating him and you're interested in him? Is it nice or is it like a turn off if you just
If you
keep
guys
showing
start-
up to your
So
work?
if you're like not boyfriend, girlfriend, you're just seeing each other.
Seeing each other talking, like
Okay.
maybe you've hooked up a couple times or you're talking.
Maybe like once in a while, but not every single
Not
shift.
every day.
Yeah.
I think it really depends on the person. Like, if you really like the person, I mean, like, my boyfriend and his friends come in all the time, and, like, obviously I'm like, that's so awesome. But if it was someone who I didn't want to see, or, like, someone I was, like, not interested in, I would definitely be like, that's weird.
I feel like once
I've had too many people who
Yes.
come in all the time, and it's actually kind of scary, and I'm like, please leave me alone.
I feel like once it's like your boyfriend or your girlfriend coming in to see you, that's different. You better be in there every single night. Like, you better come say hi. But if you're not at that point, then I think
I feel like also you kind of like read the room. Like,
Yes, yeah, I agree.
Especially like how she reacts when you first walk in. If she's not like, oh my gosh, hi, like
hi.
excited.
yeah.
Yeah.
If she's kind of
like,
just like, oh,
what do you want?
shit,
and like
they're
and
here.
if she doesn't come up to you as soon as she possibly can,
they don't
Buddy,
want to see
I
you.
hate to
yeah,
break
they
it
don't
to
want
you.
to
Bad
see
news.
you.
You're
I-
our first priority.
I hate to break it to you, but she does not like you.
Too many
I hate
times
breaking
do people just come in and I'm like, ooh.
Yeah. Or like I would have the customers that I knew how they would act, and they would come up to me still every weekend, and I'd be like, oh, don't want to serve you. But
All right. On a more positive note, what is your favorite bar in Milwaukee that you do not work at?
Ooh, I was about to say Red Rock.
I really like Camp in the 3rd Ward. I've recently just started going there a lot, and it's really chill, and I can just like
It's
sit
a nice
there.
adult bar. You're really growing up. Wicked Hop and Camp.
I know.
I'm proud of you.
I've had
Yeah.
enough of the
I don't even
third
know
and
you.
water.
I'm proud of you. I
Thank
kind
you.
of know.
But I do really like Water Street Brewery because it has that little like dance floor, really good music, but also a ton of places to sit. I can play pool, I can play Jenga, I can play cards, I can do a lot.
No, 100% agree. I think mine's the brewery too. I feel like their food's good too.
Yes, they have good food.
Mine
Yes.
is the Tiki Bar in the public market. I could park myself there for the entire day. Me and my 2 friends go there almost every week, and I never want to leave. And Sage
I like
goes,
that place
so
a lot too.
I love the Tiki Bar. It
St.
is my
Paul's.
favorite place. Yep.
It was Brando's
Would you say like
favorite
even in the
place.
winter, like that's the
Oh,
spot?
I mean, the last like month, 2 months, I would say I've been there like probably like 6 times.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we brought our whole friend group out there, and we all were there for like
My
an
one
hour
friend,
and a half.
her and I mean, I think like every day I'm almost texting her like, so like,
Tiki's open.
the only problem is their drinks are really expensive, but that's okay.
I just have to become friends with someone that works
But in the
there.
summer, I would say
Or
like,
Daniel Slade.
yeah, the summer it's definitely better. And I go to Harp a lot. I don't go to Water Street Brewery that much.
Daniel
but-
Slade has sponsored some of my drinking nights with my boyfriend and his friends.
Giving
has.
back to the youth of Milwaukee.
I know, he just
Daniel Slade.
especially at Jack's, he'll just walk over, give me a little 100, and we'll just buy a round of shots or drinks or anything. Thanks, Slade.
I would put that in my bank account.
The greatest tip you ever got was not while you were bartending. It was
Yeah,
just
literally.
Daniel Slade
Yes.
on the streets of Milwaukee.
He's great.
Um,
He likes to give back,
He is great.
making the community a better place.
Ben Anderson, he had the viral video of his Joe Cat's still the best, the upstairs at Joe Cat's still the best place to meet women. By the way, before we get into his first question, where do you guys think is the best place to meet women in Milwaukee?
Not Joe Cat's.
Really?
I wouldn't say Brady Street in general,
Yeah.
but that's just me.
I would say, I'm going to sound like a biased piece of shit, but I would say, like, if Water Street, I would say Red Rock, Harp.
To add context, Ben is early 30s, but still has a good hairline and
Okay.
can dance a little bit.
Okay.
Can dance pretty well,
Definitely not Joe Cat's.
Not,
No.
yeah, no, don't do that.
No.
I don't understand the hype around it, but
Okay. Okay. So for Ben Anderson, early 30s, solid hairline, good at dancing, good job, someone in shape.
I would say.
Where are we going?
Red Rock, Harp, Water Street Brewery. Probably not Trinity.
Do not.
So
no.
so he's not going to be too old for Red Rock.
No,
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
I would say Harp and Red Rock are roughly the same crowd,
All
like
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
age-wise.
the
I
same
will say,
age-wise, yeah.
I will say because Red Rock is a little bit bigger, like on the inside, it does have more college kids, and it like is more of like a lot of our staff too is college kids.
Yeah.
And we have like a couple that have been there for a long time that aren't in college, but I would say it's.
But
like,
he's not out of
I
place
also
there.
No, definitely
would say
not.
either camps, either the camp on 3rd Street or the
Yes.
camp in 3rd
camp is a
Ward.
really good one.
I think
Yes.
it's always good to go to a place that kind of has like darts or like some type of
Yeah.
game you can play like while you're flirting.
Because
It's not
I know at
awkward.
camp on 3rd Street, most of the time they like only let people in who are over 25.
And there's good-looking women there for Ben.
Yeah.
Right.
Ben, go ahead, go crazy.
All right, we like to hear
Hit
that.
the streets running.
We could do a 30-plus dating show.
I don't know if Ben's going for 30 plus. He just falls in that bracket.
Okay,
but
well, we could
maybe
do, like,
he is. I think he's
25 and
open.
up.
I think he's
Okay.
open to options. Any closing thoughts from anyone?
I don't think so. Just make sure that you tip your bartenders because they rely on tip money. They don't get paid from wages, barely ever. And be nice. Please be nice to your bartenders because you'll get served faster, they appreciate it, and you'll probably make their night.